يا نسيم اللي بارق عالأرض الغار، حلفتك تجي تلعب عندي بالنهار. يا نسيم اللي بارق عالأرض الغار، حلفتك تجي تلعب عندي بالنهار. خبرني كان بعدك تذكرني
نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني، نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني، والنسمة بعدك يا حلو لبست على سني، لبست على سني.
نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني، نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني.
بس بالك يا حلو لبست على سني، لبست على سني. مشوارنا بظهر القمر وراح من بالي، مشوارنا بظهر القمر وراح من بالي، على يا أغلى البشر غالي انت غالي، غالي انت غالي.
نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني، نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني.
بس بالك يا حلو لبست على سني، لبست على سني. غنت عصافير الهوى عن حبنا ألحان، غنت عصافير الهوى عن حبنا ألحان، ودموعنا زهر الغوى فتح على الصوار، فتح على الصوار.
نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني، نجمات صاروا يسألوا شو ربك مني.
بس بالك يا حلو لبست على سني، لبست على سني. نجمة
regular Zills. How many of you have done any kind of percussion study or Zill study? That's actually perfect because you don't have a bias. There's a lot of workshops that I've taught, and I know you study rhythm as well, like on various percussion instruments, which is amazing. And everyone has like varying degrees of knowledge of that there are so many rhythms in Middle Eastern music. Now, many times workshops that teach the rhythms are amazing because you get to really understand how rich the musical culture is. And if you didn't know that, just the 2 warm-up songs should have given you a nice, like, goosebumpy feeling of the sense of how utterly profound the musical landscaping is for Middle Eastern music. So, understanding and studying rhythms as they are played by a drummer is fantastic because you kind of got to understand what's happening from that way around. Though the way I wanted to teach and the complete approach where I'm coming from is as a dancer, picking up the Zills and playing the Zills as an accompaniment, because there is a complete music theory that attaches along with that consciousness, which completely simplifies what you're going to be doing regarding the strikes on your fingers. There are literally just 3 patterns that I'm going to put forward as something that the dancer, that's what you need to know. You need to know 3 simple things. The other components, and why I was saying that the metal results are better, is because there's different sounds depending how you strike the angle. And this, when you just put 2 together, that's like, to me, that's a 1 pattern. When you hit them both like that together, boom, boom, boom. That's very much a boom. Now, when you play Zills, people also suggest that you identify which is your dum hand. So whichever one is either your stronger or cleverer hand, generally will be the dum hand. For me, my dum hand switches because it's like the Zill playing over the years, like you're able to put it on autopilot. You know how when you layer in belly dance, you've got one thing happening that you're focusing on, or 2 things or 3 things, and then there's a couple of things that are on autopilot, and there's a thing where you're really putting your consciousness. So the Zills playing would be like another layer of that, but it's on autopilot completely when my drum hand switches and I don't pay attention and I don't care. It's actually completely irrelevant because what I'm doing with the Zills is I'm adding another musical layer. I'm not trying to mirror what the drummer is doing. Wallahi is doing a great job. You know what I mean? Better than I would be sitting and trying to beat out that rhythm. I'm certainly not trying to strike every strike that he's trying to strike. First of all, as the dancer, you are there already as an extra layer, right? So your extra layer is happening there, the music's extra layer is happening there. So what you want to do with the Zills is you want to add another layer. And you want to add a layer that's in harmony. 3 things you're going to do with your Zills, and your Zills on your fingers. if at some point during these 3 1-hour sessions, the end of my thumb turns very purple, and someone just, let me know. Because I'm looking at all of you. I keep my thumb elastic extremely tight because of the way I play. So I'm not adjusting the elastic because I'm used to it like this. So yeah, if you see a little purple tip, let me know. So I told you about, and I can't even for the life of me remember where. Normally my memory is very good, and I remember who taught me what and when. And I can't quite remember how I got this together, because it is theory. Anyway, you've got what's called a triplet. Whichever one is your dumb hand or your smart hand would start, and that would go 1. The tuck hand would go 2, and the dumb hand would go 3 again. Exactly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But it's not just 1, 2, 3. Normally, a very good rhythm that you would be playing this with is any of the rhythms that are on 8 count, like or 4 and 4. So if they call an 8 bar, you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4s. Because the pauses are critical. You're going, because you study percussion, the pauses are absolutely everything in Middle Eastern percussion, and not just Indian percussion as well. That whole, it's not just about the strikes, it's about the space that you need and how the rhythm is built by matching spaces, right? So you play a 1, 2, 3, then you play a 1, 2, 3, and you play a 1, 2, 3, but something more is happening. And that's why the metal of the Zills is so beautiful, because when you're ringing the Zills, like when you're getting the strike really nice, you can hear that there's like a ring that happens. You play that there and there and there, and what happens musically, you create an octave, like a ringing octave, and it loops. And the octave, it's like an ocean, like churning and rolling, like it's continuous. I'm not going to go much into the music theory, but just because everyone just nodded and you know what I mean. You can also do what's called a gallop. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, You've got 3 strikes that would, for a dancer, that's all you need. You've got a triplet, 1, 2, 3. Where's your 1, 2, 3? Where's your gallop? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you want to hit like a different kind of a sound and a different, I use the octave ringing when I do gallops and when I do triplets, so that I play that on the room. The more light you are on the room, the higher the pitch of the octave. And can you see the different sounds that I get when I change my hand position? how the zills are. Like this is pushing up harder. I primarily hold my thumb quite still. That's why that elastic is so tight, because that's the more static point. And I'm more using the middle finger. I'm more using the middle finger to adjust on the rim to get the sound to get prettier on it. So on this piece of music, for example, that you would change your strike pattern because it's nice. You see how those move. The audience, like, you play a rhythm and then you change it. And it's amazing because it's in the change and the audience notices how beautiful it was, what you were doing, and now there's something else happening, and you're dancing, and the music's nice, and so it's like, won't play the zills on the introduction. When you hear the rhythm, is when you want to start. are, and I play the zills to different parts of my body, and like this. Come with me, here we go. Figure out what it's like when you strike the zill. Can you see that what you're doing with your hands isn't complicated and rigid? The idea is you're the dancer. The Zills are supposed to make you dance. Like Halim, you can't let her body is like, woo, right? The Zills are not intended to make you concentrate. You can see what you're doing is pretty simple. You either you can do anything. Then the accompaniment doesn't have to be structured. You can make different sounds. You can have spaces. You don't have to play it. You can play where you feel something. It's a little Turkish.
Gönlü ateşte tuz ister, biraz da dinler ister. Beni evlendiren, benim canım tuz ister. Gönlü ateşte tuz ister, biraz da dinler ister. Beni evlendiren, benim canım tuz ister. Ağlam kelle, gel beni biraz yanına. Ağlam kelle, gel beni biraz yanına.
I think we need to cool down a bit. A lot of people are obcecated with types of music, and some I found easier with the beats is consistent to be able to play, but like this with the drum. Then I found myself just doing this the whole time because I felt like the drum was too busy, and then this feels too busy. So where do you? You clocked on to how I set the music up today. Because I set it up to be very clear where the 8 was. And then the music became more complex. Even like the shit that was fine because it's a regular rhythm, so you could figure out, you could improvise on it. But this, because the drum was all over. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. But that's cool. Like if you're not sure where you can hear something, then you play something. Zills on a drum like that, because I feel like it is tricky. I have used zills on a drum here and there. I don't always do it. Normally I like to focus on the drum and my body. But that being said, there's times when I've left the zills on and carried my drum solo with the zills, and it adds another dimension, but it sometimes depends on the drum solo. If like there's something that I can do that can add a layer, and the zills make something extra. But if they don't, you don't need zills. Yes, that's why I was struggling. You don't need zills. It just felt too much. I think it was good to experience the acceleration of the landscape, and I wanted to go into quite body music because I wanted to not feel static in the body. So that was very conscious, very, very conscious. Did you find it a lot easier doing the long fluid movements while playing?
A few more. Yes.
I was wondering about bringing in also different like sounds, like Moroccan music, Turkish music. However, you don't get an 8 bar beat so easily. Except on a shift to tell you, it's very clear because it is 8, and it's like over 8. It's not a 4 and then a 4, you know. So it's nice to learn on it, and I actually had I think a lot of shift to tell in the mix today, which was it's helpful to get that stretch of the 8. You can hear where your little section is. Just kind of fizzle in. But it's just a lot about getting used to moving and that consciousness that the pattern that you're playing is actually super simple, and you're not playing the cards unless you're in the band with your zills mic'd up. You don't need to play the rhythm that the drummers play at all. It's like, it's so nice when you add a little and a ting ting ting, and actually sometimes the fewer things you're playing in the beginning are better than trying to fill the whole song. So like in a drum solo, if you've got zills on like that, you don't feel like you want to have to fill everything. You definitely don't have to. And it's better if you don't. It's kind of more exciting. It pops like here and there. Did anyone feel that there was like a kind of a big hurdle that they jumped over today? with Zills and dancing and like just that it is actually quite simple?
I think for me, everything that all the online workshops I've done have focused a lot on the different patterns and different beats and rhythms. So in my mind, I've always been stuck with I need to master the shifter-telly rhythm and the ayuk rhythm and all of that to actually fit in with the song. And that's kind of what was the difficult thing for me with Zills.
Unless your Zills are mic'd up and you're part of the orchestra, you're the dancer. I don't know why everyone uses them. Because I was taught formally like this. You've got these different kinds of, you play a gallop or you play there's names for them. But like, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is a gallop and the 1, 2, 3 is a triplet and I got taught that. So I don't know why, and it's so simple. And it would make Zills a lot more fun for everyone to find accessible. And just something that's quite natural, You're the dancer, like you wanting to be focused on what you're doing, like with your body and your shapes, and exploring that. And there should be something like a few cherries on your own lovely cake, not the focus. Because if your mind is there, your mind can't be there.
That's the thing.
You can't put your mind in your hands. Your mind is on your movement. This should become your Zills should be an autopilot. And when you get used to playing 3 different kinds of strikes, like a double, or a triplet, or a gallop, and you just get used to that you can just do that 3 colors you're done, and you just take them and play with some music and start getting used to it, then that goes on autopilot. And then you can learn dance Zills, like easy dance and dance beautifully with Zills. I find that I get extra talent in my body when I'm dancing with Zills because the music isn't just in the speaker, but the music is all like, I play the music to my own body, I play the music, on people's heads, and like it's so responsive, like, and your own body is so responsive to the sound you're making, and it's like, when it's happening on autopilot, you've got a few sounds, and you don't need to make it any more complicated than that. You should be dancing with that, like, with an extra sense of like that. The music is vibrating in you closer, type of thing, rather than it's stuck on your hands. So I really want to bring that consciousness, like, really in the body, We're dancers playing Zills, so I'm definitely not a drummer. I'm a dancer who plays Zills, and I'm certainly not a ziller, because I've seen the guys with these beautiful, huge Zills in the band, in the orchestra, and they're mic'd up. They're all playing ridiculous, and their Zills are huge, and that's what they do, but they don't have to dance and play that. Like, you're supposed to be dancing. Like, you don't detract from, your position in the orchestra. You're a dancer. It's fun to be able to play along. Do you know how I learned rhythm? I was the principal dancer in the London Gypsy Orchestra. There were 50 musicians and me. And I even went on tour with them. We got sponsored by the Arts Council. I was on tour across like the whole of the UK with them. Anyway, I played a lot with these people. There were 50 musicians and me, right? And I learned by ear. And I used to like take breaks in between my dances and sit on the stage and just give a visual. I used to sit on the stage in a nice position pretending to play the tambourine, and eventually I was actually playing the tambourine because I was playing it. Do you know what I mean? I played the accompaniment, and I'm the dancer, and I know my position. I'm not trying to stand there, you know, there's already 50 musicians standing there doing a damn good job. I don't need to play, you know. But I'm the accompaniment, and I find a way to, you know, to fit in. But yeah, and like with it, yeah, you got to, I think, take away from it being like so serious. Like dancers have to study rhythm, and like it's good to study good rhythms. You know where they are in music, and but you don't have to play them with your hands while you're dancing. You're already dancing to them. It's like a double. You know, you don't have to overemphasize everybody. You know, one thing. You diversify it. That's the whole beauty. Like when you've got art that comes together, all this harmonious ripples that all are like rippling together, all the different instruments, body and the zills, and so everything is more free and actually playing with each other. Dancers playing on the music, you know. Let's does nobody actually want to cool down?
محبتي واشتياقي